Hey folks, welcome to TacoBonsai. It's another emergency repot. My Willow in a colander is no longer in a colander. The wind grabbed it and I have no idea where the colander is. So I'm going to put that into a pot. Whether it was planned or not, doesn't matter. It's got good roots on it, I think. So I'm going to scroll on down, get a gander of this guy here. Move these up. I'll probably end up using them. Hi. Nope. Go back inside, Nina. Demon cat still. A very good boy that doesn't want to be near her. All right, you guys both inside. Inside. Go on. In. Yeah, you two, in. Don't yell at me. All right. So, that's over. Thank you guys. I'm not going to cut that. Well, I probably should. I'm going to see what happened in here while I was, I think you can see it kept the shape of that colander pretty nice. I'm not sure if someone took the colander or what. Not a valuable colander. It's, $1 or $2, but glad they didn't take the tree. I could not replace it. Not easily, anyways. This is my twin trunk. I had my single one was the one I thought I was going to be repotting, not this one. But, desperate times, right? This appears to have great roots in it. I don't know if you can see, but these look awesome. I wasn't sure how it would look after all of the, horribleness for when I repotted this the first time into the pond basket, but this is encouraging, certainly. In fact, if there was a time, it's this time for it to be repotted, because I know for a fact that this is like my one window in the summer where most of my root development is going to be kind of normal. I think I had considered putting this into a certain pot, but this is kind of an emergency, so I'm just going to put it into one of these terracottas. I punched a bunch of holes in the bottom. So you can see that lots and lots of nice roots. Some not amazing, but honestly, I'll say that this is what I was looking for out of that pond basket. This was months. I put this into the pond basket, I think, after I started my channel. So this is not that much time. In pond basket, I know it's a willow, but these are amazing, amazing roots. I'm blown away by how good these look. The roots that were left over before, these thicker ones, I'm not even sure if they're alive still. I think the tree gave up on those, and yeah, like this one doesn't have, well, it's not nothing. It doesn't have a lot coming off it. This one up here appears to be just absolutely wasted. Yeah. So I'll cut that one off. Yeah, not bad. I think that's as far as I can go. After that, it's living. This one's definitely dead. Again, all the old roots are pretty much done for. I'm working with new roots now, which I am okay with, because these new roots are great. Another old one here probably come right off, but longer ones here. I know I've got new roots coming off this. I love these roots here too. I'll go ahead and evaluate and eliminate what doesn't need to be here. But with this, that was very dead. And this is very dead. I can feel it. And try to get in here and, well, maybe not. It's pretty low. Don't know that I need all these super low roots. This one here, it's going to come off. Doesn't need to be there. These are beautiful roots, by the way. So I know it's not the pond basket that Jason showed me. It's probably not the best pond basket at all, but those colanders did work wonders. Of course, I'm trying to evaluate too how much of this is on the bottom and how much of this is farther up. Because as it is now, I'm really liking the look. Yeah, really, really liking this look. There's a root that came off of that. Let's see if I can untangle it. Let's see how many roots are coming off of this. I don't think so many. So I'm going to give it a little snip here. See how much of that is. Well, those were good roots, some of them, but I don't think that would have been worth keeping. Because I don't think a lot of this is worth keeping. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little risk here and take off this bottom root. Not a lot. This bottom root. More. Still not too much. I think I can reduce the height of this root base, and I'm excited to do so. These surface roots are way better. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to get away with it. All right, well, let's start on that, right? Cut right here. All the way around. And see where that takes me. Of course, if I can make this nice and plainer, it'll really help with the development of this tree. Let's see if I can get the rest of it now. Not quite. Of course, I'm working on, working with not the best coordination right now, so forgive me for looking like I'm being sloppy. I only have one really powerful hand at all. Certainly right now, hardly one. Okay, not too bad. That's all going to come off. This too, I probably should have better chop under here, but very, very pleased with that. Is it perfect? No. It's way, way better than what I started with, and it will fit. It'll fit nicely. Now, I've reduced my foliar mass quite a bit, not my foliar mass, so my root mass quite a bit, so I think I've also got to do some trimming. So I don't want all these low down branches. They're not doing me any good. Crotch growth gone. So I'm going to take off anything that's super low. I don't think it's doing me any credits. If anything, it may be hurting development down here. Also looking, I've got like these here. Don't need that. This I'm okay with keeping, but I want it to come out. So I'm going to take off the top. This one, I've already taken off the top, but I think this whole branch, yep, it's died back, so I don't want it on there. Same with this. This stub here. Just going to clean up a bit while we got it in the air. Ooh. This one appears to have died back, but this is still alive. So I must have a live vein on top, which is fine. It means I can cut there, get rid of the dead part, and this stub above can also go. Very strange way of dying back there. All right, another stub here. I'm going to go ahead and take that one off. Little stub on the inside here that was growing straight up. Take that off as well. Stub here. Goodbye. Quite a bit up here. That off. All that. And the back side here too. I'm just going to make sure I'm not, make sure I'm not taking off too much living tissue. This whole thing up here is dead, so I'm going to do that one as well. Down here, dead. Here, dead. 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 Most of these are stubs from prior pruning. They're not places where, branches died. Did lose a couple smaller branches over time, but nothing that I would consider to be tragic or even unexpected. Definitely taking all these dead stubs is helping to clean up the tree. It does have mealies on it, so I would normally spray it. I don't think it's a good idea for me to spray anything on this tree right now. I don't think it's in a state of health where it should be sprayed. All right, so that's some of the foliar mass gone. I'm gonna need to take it back more. I don't want this one here, it's growing in. This one's growing in. I don't mind some of this, but it's just growing in funny directions. This one's gotta go. In fact, I think I'll leave this. This is kind of my apex. So it means I've got to take this back. Sorry, it seems like everything on this planet that is loud is here right now while I'm trying to make this video. But I've just got to continue to film because this tree, other than have to survive, but I'd really like for it to. Take it back to last leaf sets are similar. All these. Actually looks like it's got spider mites on it, so it's gonna go. Yeah. More than one from the same place here. Well, jeez. All right. Neither of these are quite perfect. We're getting better as time goes on, I hope. Watch that one, right? So I'm just going through, trying to find what needs to be addressed and reducing it. I don't mind this one here, I'm going to keep it, but this plant has definitely seen better days. Sometimes I don't even know where it's coming from or where it's going to. It's very, very overgrown. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing anymore, but just going through and trying to figure out what's going on in here. A lot of this is going in bad directions too. That's another thing that I'm struggling with, is that almost, if not all, this is growing in, which I don't want. Looks like it's covered in mites, other types of demons. Yeah, very, very strong population of Amelias in here. Branches have virtually no merit to them existing at all. Especially not in the context of this tree. Absolute mess. Getting there. I'm hoping that after all this, it will give me some nice back budding. I don't think that needs to be there. Stay there. This is a whole mess right here. I want stuff to come out. Let's get rid of this top one. And I will leave just this here, complete mess. Going that way, so it's gonna come off there. That going that way, so it's gonna come off there. Jeez. Yeah, sorry, I'm not my normal jovial self, but this is a very, very depressing tree. And I'm still working on primary branching on this, so it's not like I'm, trying to create a masterpiece. I'm just trying to create something that's not this terrible. All right, assuming the front will be here, looking up at it, I'm trying to figure out how it intersects or doesn't. I do, of course, need things in the center of the tree. I was trying to think that this trunk is just too, it is. It's a little too much. It's interesting, but I think it's too much. I'm going to, maybe not. There we go. Oof. I think that helps. Yeah, it helps quite a bit. It's a lot simpler now. And now I've just got to deal with my twin apexes here, which I don't really want. So I should bring this one back. How much is the question? Will that do it? Not quite. In fact, my apex would probably be this way. So I need to work on this side of the roots a lot. It's kind of all cross. Take this back quite a bit. This back all the way. That might be where I need to end things here. This kind of becomes an eye poker from the front. No, sorry, there's a leaf in the way. Darn pomegranate. Darn pomegranate. All right, situation averted. So this being the front, this kind of becomes an eye poker. And I want to have some semblance of a pass through here. This is my leader. I also feel like it kind of fills that space. I'm gonna leave it for now. I can always take it out later. This definitely needs to come out. This one sucks. This one may end up being the new leader of that branch, though. No, I'll leave it for now. All right, that's good enough on the top side. I am going to do this little rinse, get into a pot. Just trying to figure out how to stand up without harming myself. We all know about my nice chainsaw injuries. I don't want to re-aggravate that. So let's see here. I don't even know if I brought my pot up. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna run inside and get it. Give it a little dip. Grab the pot because that is necessary. Now you guys will still be able to hear me. Oof. I think you can imagine. Noticed I had a plant missing. I ran down the stairs pretty fast to get it. All right. Got my pot off camera. What you're hearing is just me throwing some soil on the bottom, which hopefully turn out well for me. Give this a little dip before I put it in there. Again, it's one of those weird times of the year. It's actually not so bad to repot because of the state of things. Here we go. All right. Headed back your way, pot and plant in tow. All right. Here we go. This is another one of these pots. I did 6 holes in the bottom of this actually. But I'm loving just how radial this is started off to. I should be trimming the one side, but not a lot, you know? I don't want to trim it a lot. So to get this closer to the center, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around here and just do a snip like that to begin with. And then I think I can lay it pretty close to the center of this. Yeah. Very nice. Very, very nice. I think that's about as good as I could ever hope for. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Let me adjust the camera in a second here. Cut just this little bit off, but I think that's pretty darn good. So now I can fill this in, stake it in, and be very pleased with this particular emergency repot compared to many of my others. I'm definitely not hoping for this particular issue to come up. Bunch of rocks. Not terribly happy it did, but if it was to happen, the day that I'm home is certainly one of the best days for it to happen. I'm not sure there could be any voids with how this root base is so ridiculously planar, and I don't know if that's a willow thing or not, but I'm incredibly happy about it, and I think that this will be a very, very happy tree in the future. Right now I'm just scanning to see if I can find myself some rocks to put on here. I think that'll help to keep it in place. Ooh. Not river rocks, but oh, they're all right here. Oh, I have some good ones in here, I think. For this purpose, that is. Yeah, a little bit of sphagnum stuck to that doesn't suck either. This one in here, all right. So this shouldn't go anywhere. I'm gonna water this through and evaluate all the rest of my plants to see if any of them need to be recovered in a similar way. I didn't notice any other missing from the top, but yeah, so that is it for the repotting and quite a bit of trimming on my willow here. It's my hope that I don't have to do this anytime future, but I'm very pleased with the amount of root growth there. It means I can probably repot my maple that's in a similar root basket. This not being a root basket, this is just a, see all those holes in the bottom? It's just a terracotta, but I think this is going to be a good container for it to continue to grow in. It's still got plenty of space, and those roots will hopefully thicken up the space quite a bit. I did uncover just a little bit more of the trunk here, you can see, but not a lot. I'm not looking at that based off the wet, but the salt line from the water. I'll have to evaluate whether or not my water's too basic too. I don't know how willows like to grow, but I'm sure I want to make sure that I, stick with that plan. So thanks for joining me on this emergency repot of my dappled willow.